Come on, Jim, get it up here. Let's go. First, I want to thank you for coming out on such a short notice. We're all very, very busy these days, and and I want to take this opportunity, obviously, to discuss some things that took place today. Very, very difficult things today as far as the league is concerned. Just before coming down, I was watching the commissioner doing an interview, and not an easy day for him, not a good day for the National Football League. I've been wanting to discuss Coach Williams' situation for a number of weeks, dated back as far as early March when he released his initial statement, but for obvious reasons I couldn't. So I want to go ahead and address a number of situations. First and foremost, our organization, Mr. Kroenke and the entire organization, supports and respects the decision that the commissioner has made. It's a very difficult decision, but there was obviously some things that took place that warranted a decision like this. Secondly, it does not come as a complete surprise. I've had some contact with some officials in the league office, and was anticipating the suspension to come down over the past couple days, and the severity of the suspension does not surprise us as well. So we've, as best you can, have been preparing for that. Gregg is a very, very talented, proven successful coach in the National Football League over many, many years. He made a mistake. He admitted to that mistake. He was remorseful. He regrets making the decisions that he made, and has accepted the consequences, and will be suspended immediately, indefinitely. That means he will be eligible for reinstatement when the season is over. No contact will be permitted with him at any time, and we just hope that Gregg can move on, learn from this experience, do the appropriate things that he needs to do to become eligible for reinstatement when the season is over. Any questions?
Who is going to handle your team?
We've got 3 former coordinators in the building, so I met with the staff today, informed the staff when we got the news, and told them that we will make the appropriate adjustments and we'll move on. I'm not gonna name a defensive coordinator. Most likely it'll be a collective effort, but we have a lot of things we have to sort out, as you can imagine.
Jeff, you're hoping when he's reinstated that he'll be back with you, whether it's next year or 2, whatever that is?
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Gregg, as I said, I hired Gregg because of his ability. Okay, he's very, very talented, and wherever he has been has put top defenses up year after year. I also want to note that this organization, including myself, had no idea when we hired Coach Williams that the potential for this to happen. I've often been asked behind the scenes, had you known about it, would you have hired him? Of course not. We won't go out and hire somebody that's going to potentially be suspended for an entire year. However, I know Gregg, and I know him well. Gregg would not have put this organization in this position, accepted this job, only to be suspended and put us behind the 8 ball, if you will. So, it's just something. It's the National Football League. At times you have to adjust, and our staff is prepared to adjust.
Jeff, were you who will call plays in defensive plays? Will you call it?
Well, I've got Dave McGinnis on staff, Chuck Cecil on staff. I'll remind you that the playbook that Gregg has originated in my office, so I have a pretty good feel for the defense. So at this point, I don't have at liberty to say who's going to make the calls and the decisions, but it'll get done. It'll get done effectively.
Were you able to talk to Gregg about possibly coming here as defensive coordinator? At that time, he had, at least your conversations with you, he had no inkling that this could be a possibility?
There was no idea. It came as a surprise to him when he was summoned to New York, and a surprise to us. And he actually went back to New York not knowing what to expect.
Have you talked to Gregg today
Yes, I've spoken with Gregg. I personally informed Gregg of the league's decision. We were contacted first.
Did he have to leave the building as soon as the suspension came out?
Well, yeah, keep in mind, from a practicality standpoint, you've got an office full of defensive information, and so we're sifting and sorting through those things, and we've talked to the league about that.
Is that how another coach?
I'm sorry?
Are you
It's unlikely. We've got quality assistants on the staff, and, I think we're in good shape there.
You said Gregg needs to do certain things to be reinstated possibly next year. Do you know what?
I don't. I can't comment on it. I think that's going to be between Gregg and the league office.
So did you, even when you were hiring him or talking about hiring, did you even know that there was an investigation?
I was not aware that there was a previous investigation several years ago. I was not aware of any information as far as investigation is concerned. So.
And then when the news kind of came out about the investigation, you had already hired him here, right?
Yes, he'd been working for us for probably about 5 weeks.
What about on a personal level, just the disappointment, not working together, and that this actually?
Well, you have to move on. I don't mean to be insensitive to this, but we have to move on. Our job's to win games in this organization, and Gregg's got to learn from his mistakes, and he's paying dearly for them. But I know him. It's going to be very difficult for him. What to me is, to him is most important is his family. He was able to reach them before the news came out, and he's going to do his best to do whatever it takes to get reinstated.
Do you think this will be shocked or devastated, or how would you phrase this, Mike?
Certainly, the last few weeks have not been easy on him, anticipating the decision by the commissioner, because he really didn't know what to expect. So. Yes, I would say he was somewhat surprised, shocked, disappointed, but also remorseful. He said, look, Jeff, I made a mistake, and had to do it all over again. We wouldn't have done that.
Jeff, Mickey Loomis suspension doesn't start until the regular season. Sean Payton gets a couple weeks to were you hoping that Gregg would at least been around for the spring period to help install the defense?
Well, those decisions were made by the commission. We support that. Of course, you'd like to have him as long as you could, but he made the decision, so we'll move on. We've had a great start on the defense with the staff and so on and so forth. So the difference in a couple of weeks is probably meaningless.
Do you think this bounty stuff will be a topic of conversation at the competition committee meetings?
I'm sorry?
Will this be a topic of discussion at the competition committee meetings?
It's not on the agenda as we speak. I'm sure it'll be addressed, but we move on. The committee meetings are about rule changes and all those other kind of things. But I think the statement has been made. A very, very strong message was sent by the commissioner today, as we all would agree.
Jeff, I guess the good news here is it's happening in March, maybe not June or July when you're about to open training camp. How confident are you that you're going to overcome this and this won't affect your on-field performance in 2000?
Well, again, we've got very talented coaches on this staff, and we'll get the job done. I've got confidence in them. I've worked with them. I know what they're about, and so we'll get it done. I mean, this is a defense that's very intellectually challenging, and we'll get the job done. We'll get the playbook and the scheme across to the players, and they'll be successful in it.
You've known Gregg longer than anybody here, and one of your closest friends. What do you think went wrong with him? Why do you think he acted like this?
There's a great deal of information out there that we will never know. And so I can't really comment on the specifics of that and place blame on anybody. This was a very extensive investigation, and there's a lot out there that will not, I would assume, will not be disclosed. And so I think I have to reserve comment on that, because I know that never at any time, as far as I've been with him, has he, disrespected this game from the standpoint of you try to hurt somebody on purpose. He has a passion for this game, a passion for playing hard-nosed, aggressive defense. And so I think there's a lot out there that we'll probably be locked up in a drawer someplace.
Are you aware of any,
Let's get a couple more, guys.
Are you aware of any bounty pools going back throughout your career?
No.
As a former player, do you have any idea why a player would risk let's say, 15, 20 more $1,000 fine from the league for a $1,000 bounty bonus?
I've never met one and probably never will meet one.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.